I'm Hallie Hanssen.
I'm Lee Hanssen, and we are professional barrel futurity horse trainers. We spend the summers at a ranch in South Dakota, and we spend the winters down here in Texas, and I love the change and the rhythm that brings, and just kind of, for me personally, it just keeps it exciting and always looking towards what's next. And you know, we have about 80 to 100 horses at home, and so that keeps us really busy, and we've got a great team that helps us do what we do. And I think, you know, for me, what I love about what we do, it's always chasing that next dream, you know, and so you walk out into the barn full of, you know, 40 horses, and you're looking at them and writing their names on the board to ride that day, and just wondering who's going to be the next, you know, who's going to be the next great one.
Yeah, and we're both very hands-on, so we work together all day, good or bad. And we've, you know, at home in South Dakota, we used to foal out all our own mares, and so we would foal mares out together. One story I have is I was foaling a mare out in one stall, and Lee was in the next stall, and that mare was foaling, and we had two foals going at the same time, and he said, "I need your help immediately over here." He's like, "This mare is wanting to kill this baby." And I mean, so we've just gone through everything, you know, even as far as foaling the babies out to then getting to ride that baby. I like everything the same as far as how I train a horse. I go to the same spots every time. I teach them to just put their feet in the exact same spots that I want them to go when I run them. So I try not to veer off of that. I know nowadays there's so much with social media that you get sucked into other things, and you always want to stay back to what you know best. It's great to go out and learn different things, but you always, if you go back to what you know, usually those horses stay very consistent for your program.
I ride every horse before Hallie gets on it. Just warm them up. I know what she wants them to feel like, and I know most of them. Some I'm still not allowed to ride, and it used to really bother me, actually. And now anytime she's like, "You know what, I'm just gonna ride this one," I'm like, "Great, one less horse for me." But it used to make me really mad, and now I'm like, "Awesome, one less."
I just want a horse that when I go in there, they come to me. They aren't mad when I saddle them. They enjoy the process, and I don't like to get on a horse and force them to do it. You know, like I probably ride them 20 minutes maybe and show them a few things and move on, because I just want them to really enjoy what they're doing.
We're both really passionate about nutrition. I was a professional triathlete in my 20s, and I actually studied nutrition and exercise science in college as well, and so it's always been huge for me. And I mean, every athlete is supplementing, every athlete has to take amino acids to recover. Your diet is so important to compete at the levels that we have to compete at. And so when you think about these horses, and especially these young barrel futurity horses, and what we ask them to do, and the levels of greatness that we push them towards, their nutrition is so important. It's essential. And I think, you know, the products that we've been able to use from MVP, like InSync and Gastroplex, Amino 15X are three big staples in our program. The amino acids, the gut health, the muscle integrity that those products can help you provide only excel your program and those horses to be able to succeed at the levels that they do.
We like to feed a really good quality hay. I'm usually in charge of getting the hay, and I have all the hay tests. I like all my hay tested because I want to know exactly what's in there for protein and sugars and all that stuff, which might be different than other people, but I'm very big on knowing what my hay tests are, and just good quality alfalfa. In South Dakota, we can get really good alfalfa, and I think it really benefits our horses in the long run.
Well, and Dale has and Heather have worked with us both. Like, Dale has literally personally read hay tests
for me,
and helped us with ration balancers and different things. And so, I mean, to say they've been involved with the nutrition in our horses would be an understatement. We got Tres Movidas because her owner, Tom Jacobs, always loved to watch Hallie ride, and he used to watch her at fraternities and always knew that that's who he wanted on his horses. And Tres Movidas was the first horse that we rode for Tom.
Yeah, and I remember Tom sent her, we were in Texas at the time, and Tom sent her down as a, well,
just turned 3.
Yeah, just turned 3-year-old. And she showed up and she did not look good. had a big knee, and I remember Lee said, what'd you say to me?
Right. Something along the lines of, that horse is never going to make it.
Yeah, he said that we might as well, I mean, this horse is never going to make it with the knee that size and everything. And I said, let's just give her a chance. We don't know, you know.
And the colt starter hated her.
Yeah, that's true. And so training her, I mean, it wasn't like right away. You weren't like, oh, this horse is amazing, you know. But the more you just started riding her and stuff, I mean, she just did what I asked her to do every time. Did what I asked her to do. Same thing every time. And as we kind of started running her, that's exactly how she was in the arena. Same thing every time. And then as a derby horse, she really started to come on, and I took her to rodeos. I won Greeley on her, which I wasn't big into going to rodeos, but I went to the ones close, and she loved to run barrels.
The thing that made her so special, like, she just always gave you a resounding yes, like no matter what you asked her to do, and it didn't matter if it was a big pen, a small pen. She loved to run barrels, and she loved Hallie. I think she liked me, but she loved Hallie. And she tolerated me most of the time. And she was just really special. And, you know, obviously her hair, you know, she was a freak athlete and won hundreds of thousands of dollars, but then, like, to have that mane, that like Rapunzel hair, just, I don't know, it kind of gave her that mystical creature unicorn status. And, you know, I think some of the things that she did for us were so life-changing, just younger in our career and just getting some of those major wins. Hallie won the women's finals on her. She won Greeley. She won the Diamonds and Dirt. She swept the pink buckle. She still today has the fastest recorded average on a standard pattern at any ruby buckle or pink buckle event at the Lindsay E. We have stallions out of her now. I mean, she really was the horse that just changed our whole program, and we're going to build a program on her for the rest of our lives. And those horses are so few and far between, and we're just so lucky that she got to be ours.
Yeah, I would say too that we had been getting, you know, flesh and embryos and stuff, and we had fillies all up until the point that we lost the Candyman and we needed to replace him, and she gave us 2 stud colts. So she just always...
Yeah, I always joke that Vita never lets us down, because she doesn't. And we lost the Candyman in August, and she had fillies for us every year. And then she gave us 3 boys in a row.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Epidemic.
Yeah, and so she just, she's never let us down. And I always joke too, she'll die in our barn getting her hair braided, you know. No amount of money could ever buy her or take her from our program. And we're just so lucky she got to be a part of our lives.